Well, let's give a call here to Rex Jones. To Rex Jones. I wish Skype would, since I'm paying for it, let me turn off these sounds.
Sorry, my bad. I'll turn on my camera.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay, man.
What's up, guys?
Hey, there you are.
Up,
How
man?
you doing?
How's things?
Pretty good. Not too bad. Getting used to trying to create my own little setup over here. So sorry about the audio quality if it's subpar or whatever.
First off, listen, we've had people with way worse audio quality than this on the show.
It's no better or worse than Milo's, and he's been around for 4 years. He's had 4 years. So we're gonna give him a nice snowball. Him up. We ain't you all fucking flossed out.
So how you doing, man? So of course, Rex Jones. I'm sure everybody knows him, the son of Alex Jones.
Wait, who's Alex Jones?
Okay, you see,
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with.
Well, you know what I say Alex Jones, the father of Rex Jones, because I think you should get the.
I think
you should get the name recognition.
I have like 10,000 followers on Twitter. I'm not anyone special. Jesus.
Hold on. First off, 10,000 followers on Twitter, and you're 16-year-old and doing a show. You're doing a lot better than people that have been doing shows for a while. So let's start right there.
Yeah. What's your Twitter account so we can get you kicked off because of who your dad is?
So my Twitter account is Rex Jones News. I also got a YouTube under the same name. Feel free to follow or subscribe to me there if you want. Going to be putting out a lot more content and hopefully trying to make y'all happy. Putting out like a new informative viewpoint on some stuff.
Well, that's awesome. And how long are you thinking? Like Mike was saying, how long are you thinking to be on Twitter before they kick you off because of your dad? They're doing it with everybody.
Dude, maybe 3 months. I think tops.
Oh, okay.
Things go. I'm trying to get on other platforms too, but already, my tweets get flagged for sensitive content.
Really?
If I tweet anything out at all, like a picture.
But hold on, wait. I'm sorry, but it's funny because I follow you actually, and you don't tweet out anything that would
matter.
Be considered.
We all know why.
No, I know.
We all know why he's getting messed with.
You don't tweet out anything that should be sensitive content.
I heavily censor myself on Twitter, and I get flagged all the time. Like, I got flagged for posting that shirtless picture of my dad. I mean, that's sensitive content. There's plenty of porn on Twitter, but a shirtless picture of Alex Jones gets flagged. I mean, what the hell? Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. So.
No, I was going to ask, was it the newer shirtless pic, or when he was like young and swole?
Oh, no. This was it was the first thing I tweeted out, I think, was a picture of him. Funny. And he had his shirt over his head like Beavis, and I just thought it was funny. I had it in my camera roll, what's a better way to kick off your new Twitter than posting something like that? And it went pretty viral. It did really well, but that was flagged as sensitive content, immediately. And it's just him fully clothed except for he has a shirt over his head. And apparently that's evil and that's not allowed. But Antifa can post videos and meetups and dox people, and that's just chill.
It's totally fine. And you have to forgive us too, because I mean we're older than you, so we might not all the words the kids say like yeet or whatever, but we're trying.
I say yeet. People, if you say yeet, you've been drinking the Flint, Michigan water, dude.
Or lean.
Which is Flint, Michigan water, actually.
Flint, Michigan water.
Just made of lean. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Half lead.
Yeah, well, there you go, half and half. So what's your show going to be about? What are you going to talk about?
I'm just really trying to start a younger youth movement, because I feel the biggest problem that we have now, on the right or just anywhere that's not the radical left, is we have these massive organizations that are funded by, and I hate to sound like Bernie, but funded by billionaires, and then they bring up these people who are the chosen ones, like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk, and they present a very old school, neocon viewpoint, and I just don't like that at all. I'm more of a libertarian than that.
You speaking my language.
Dude, can I tell you right now?
I like you already.
It's funny because if you heard the first half, we were talking. We are so done with the Ben Shapiros, and Candace Owens actually a leftist. If anybody looks into it, she's not.
100%. Listen, here's the thing, man. I'm a huge pro-America guy. I love them. I love America. I have an American flag bumper sticker on my car. But here's the deal. If you think that someone should go to jail for burning our flag, you are an authoritarian idiot.
Right.
I mean, the Supreme Court's already ruled on that.
And she had a doxing site before she became famous that was supposed to what was it called?
Yeah, she tried to buddy up with Zoe Quinn and
there
those
you go.
Gamergate
The Gamergate
people, and that blew up in her face. And then she was like, "No, I'm right wing now."
As soon as I tweeted something about the Candace Owens thing, about the Candace Owens situation, when she said she wanted people to go to jail for burning the flag, I instantly that comment section was flooded with these neocon, pseudo-intellectual 17-year-olds who are like my age, who found Ben Shapiro videos roasting like college liberals, and then now they think that they are like part of this elite group. And it's these like young 18-year-olds that go and they wear suits and they act like pseudo-intellectuals. It's that whole thing, man. It's that whole like, it's the whole elitist vibe. I get that from Ben Shapiro, and his whole operation is funded by the Koch brothers and it's funded by big money. Same with the Young American Foundation, same with Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens, and I can't stand anyone like that. And I'm not saying, hell, man, Ben Shapiro would probably roast me alive in a debate. But here's the thing: I don't have billions of dollars of funding, and I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a college graduate.
Yeah, he loves to battle kids.
Yeah,
he
that's
loves to battle like teenagers.
That's
Bring
a
me
good
a
point.
teenager who hasn't been to college yet. I'm gonna.
And then he goes on BBC and he fucking
literally rips his mic off and runs
and leaves.
Ben Shapiro is a power mad Keebler elf. he gets up on the podium in front of a bunch of people who have like 60 through 80 like IQ points, and he goes and he roasts them. And I mean, it's not hard. It'd be like the worst player in the NBA. I tweeted this out today. Like the worst player in the NBA playing against a fat, like morbidly obese blind kid in a wheelchair that can only go backwards. Like that's what we're dealing with here. Well, it's not exactly hard to beat these people.
It's like the worst player in the NBA beating the best player in the WNBA. It's still really simple. It might be the worst, but it's still easy.
Dude, but when he goes up against anyone with any like modicum of skill, and hell, the leftists were wrong. He loses his cool and he freaks out because he's used to just dunking on people.
Because he can't. But I like that you brought up the whole he's funded by the same neocon groups, the same kind of people.
100%.
And they've done this thing where they made Ben Shapiro's a nerd, right? They've been trying to make him cool with all these thug life videos, so it looks like he's just this cool young hip guy.
I see those in my YouTube feed, and it's really weird how YouTube suggests stuff. Like I've never seen a suggestion for one of y'all's videos, and I follow all conservative, all libertarian like commentator shows. I follow a lot of smaller shows. Like I was super surprised that I hadn't heard of y'all before, and that's not a dig at y'all. It's how the YouTube algorithm.
Oh no, trust me, we don't take it as a dig.
Every single fucking time I open my phone, and I don't know what y'all's swearing policy is. I'm bad about that.
No, you can swear. Go for it.
Every single fucking time I open my phone, it's Ben Shapiro Thug Life, Ben Shapiro Roasted compilation. I'm like, what the hell? There's obviously an agenda here. If you act like there's not some big agenda to put Ben Shapiro on this pedestal as like the chosen one for the conservative movement to lead us off a cliff, there's something wrong with you, because that's clearly what's going on.
But it is, and I think what bothers me about Shapiro the most is he was a never Trumper on top of all that. He was Mr. I'm not voting for him. I'm not going to vote at the top of the ticket. I'm just not going to do it. But now he's
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Look, I know I have a list, man. I had my teeth knocked out a year and a half ago. I'm still trying to work on it. But Ben Shapiro.
Whoa! We don't just skip that out. You don't skip over that. I got my teeth knocked out.
What happened? How'd you lose your teeth?
Bro, I was on a trampoline trying to act. I was trying to act fucking cool. I did a backflip. I landed it. I was super happy about it. So then I decided to go for a double. And on the second rotation, I kneed myself in the face, and I knocked out my 2 incisors and my 2 front teeth.
Now I gotta say, did the chick you were trying to impress, does she at least notice the double backflip? Because that's cool.
Why the? You know what? You're homophobic for assuming it's a girl, but it was.
Like an asshole. Anyway, of course it was a girl.
You know what though? I gotta give you real credit.
That was the most humiliating moment of my life. Actually, that was really sad.
To be honest with you, though,
I was in shock and I was fully cognizant of what was going on, and I didn't even feel the pain. I was just pissed off because I knew that in that instant that I had lost every chance with that person. So,
well, if you're gonna make it in new media, you're gonna have to learn from the snaky, like the real good snaky ones. So you made a mistake there. You should have immediately started a GoFundMe. Antifa knocked my teeth out.
There you go.
They're doxing me and threatening my family because of who my dad is. And you would have made a bunch.
You would have made a lot of money. See, you should have called Candace Owen and Charlie Kirk. They know how to do that stuff.
Should have called like Laura Loomer and been like, "Look, man, what was the tire thing? Remember that? Help me out. Give me some pointers."
I could have joined the Young Americans Foundation, and I could have been successful, but I ruined my chance. I screwed it up. But that's the thing. I don't even need to lie. I've been attacked by like Antifa and radical leftists so many times in airports and in public spaces. Every time I go to Target with my dad, it's a bloodbath. Like it's ridiculous, man.
Really?
I ran into Bernie Sanders at an airport going on a vacation last year, and that was very interesting.
Was it with Jeffrey Epstein? I was on his plane. I'm kidding.
No thanks, Jeff. We fly commercial in this family.
It was in LAX last year, and Bernie looks really bad. I don't think he's going to live till office. This was back then too. Like he was walking, he literally had a pronounced hump in his back. He was hunched over. He had like 4 aides that were all with him, like literally helping him walk.
Well, that could be a natural posture.
I watched the Carter video where he said he ran into him in the airport and he said he was carrying around 2 iPad Pros. I didn't believe him. He had an iPad Pro under each arm, like an old lady carrying groceries. He had an iPad Pro, and that was like all he could carry. And of course, my dad runs up to him. He starts videotaping. That's the whole thing. I'm like, oh my god, this is a vacation.
Oh, that was when that.
That's hilarious.
We played that video on the show, as a matter of fact.
Hold my bags, kiddo. I gotta go take care of some business. Come here, you commie son of a bitch.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
So anyway, getting back to what happened. Yeah. So the Bernie thing was relatively tame. Nothing really happened. It was just kind of, he ran up to him with the camera, blah blah blah. The guy's walking through the airport. I really don't care. I'm not an NTF member. I'm not going to harass you. My dad does his thing. He doesn't touch him. He just asks him a couple questions, and when Bernie makes it clear he's not going to answer, he leaves him alone, like a rational journalist would. But then there's this dude who was on our plane ride going to Colorado, and he, when my dad sits back down at the gate, he gets in an argument with him. And the guy was obviously a Hillary voter. He was like, he kind of looked like a weasel of some kind. Like he was like 5'4", 5'5"-ish. He had like a shitty beard. And he had like these huge glasses, and he started arguing with my dad, and they were just yelling at each other for a good hour. Nothing really bad happened until the guy turned around and started yelling at me for no reason. I'm just sitting there. I don't give a fuck.
Whoa.
I'm just on the plane.
Yeah.
And I hadn't engaged myself in the conversation with Bernie or in the conversation with this guy. And now this guy just starts hurling insults my way. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm going like, what the hell's going on? And the guy literally looks at me in the face and just spits at me, just this huge glob of spit, and landed on my face. And thank God the guy didn't have AIDS, because that would have been bad. Because I'm still alive, so I think I'm safe.
AIDS takes a while. He
spits on my face, and then my dad didn't see it, and then he leaves, and then he comes back after everyone's boarded, because he doesn't want to deal with me. He doesn't want to deal with my dad. And we get on the plane, we fly to Colorado. I never think I'm going to see the guy again. Surprise, surprise. A week later, we fly back into Austin. We were at the baggage claim.
He was there again?
He was there again on the same return flight home. The guy was there again in Austin, which is bizarre because we ran into him in LAX. He could have been from anywhere, but he was from Austin. And dude, he this is on video. He was there with like his boyfriend or something. May have been his cousin. They kind of looked the same.
It makes sense. Might be boyfriend. You're right.
Anyway,
it's adding up.
Hey man, I'm not dissing the guy for that, but it was his boyfriend or his cousin or his brother or something. And the guy starts being really aggressive and really hostile towards me and my dad. And then he says something to the effect. He starts like throwing out death threats, and this is when it gets really serious. And we're in an airport baggage claim. You can't be hurling around death threats in the airport, dude.
Trust me. I know you can't. They really frown upon that, even if they break my laptop.
Yeah, dude. And then the guy spits on me again. In front of my dad, in front of everyone. We have the video footage of this. And him and his boyfriend immediately leave, and my dad starts to chase them. And then like my cousin pulls him back because they're leaving, and he doesn't want to get involved. And he says, let's just call the cops, because we got pictures of them and stuff. And obviously they're in the airport. We were able to figure out who they are. Nothing ever came of it. The video was posted on InfoWars. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff I have to deal with these people. And they're complete cowards. Like they'll do something like they'll spit on you, or they'll slap you, or they'll death threat you, and then they'll just run away.
Does it really, even in Austin, when you walk around with your dad, they really do bug you guys, huh?
100%.
That's gotta fucking be taxing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if he defended him, he would have been fucking. It would have been like all over the news.
Alex Jones attacks.
Right, terrorist Alex Jones attacks people in airport.
Yeah, exactly.
Attacks patriots in airport.
Because we'll be eating at a restaurant or something, and then people will start coming up to us, videotaping, saying, "You're a piece of shit. What do you think about the Sandy Hook kids, Alex? What do you think about that?" And then we'll be eating food, dealing with these people who see themselves as like having these massive balls for confronting this evil right-wing extremist. And meanwhile, we're just sitting there eating chicken. Like, seriously, leave people alone if they're eating in a restaurant. Same thing with like the Republicans getting harassed. Like, seriously, leave us alone if we're eating in a restaurant.
The key is to get under their skin as much as possible. Yeah. If I was eating dinner and some liberal came up to me and went, well, what do you think about the Sandy Hook kids? I would have went, what Sandy Hook kids? I went back to eating my food. And they would have been like,
they would have tried
while I just eat my buttery steak. You look angry.
It's hard not to feel bad for the people because the people that, let me say this, we've never had someone confront us or attack us, and hell, I know I'm not the best looking person. I know my dad's not the best looking person, for Christ's sake. He's got a massive gut. But these people are all like 4s or below. And right in that like 4 to 2 range, it'll either be a land whale, someone that looks like a meth head, or someone that looks like a keyboard elf, like Ben Shapiro, and they will come and harass us and attack us. And you just got to feel bad for these people. Imagine having nothing better to do.
Yeah, but but to be fair, I saw a picture of Ben Shapiro. He has nice tits now, which is pretty cool. You know, good for him.
He got implants? Does he
no, he's got gyno boobies.
I think he's on SSRIs or something. He's on something.
Right.
Because they're not the kind of boobs you get from roids.
No.
He doesn't strike me as a roid guy, and it doesn't look natural.
Dude, wouldn't surprise me if Ben Shapiro was trying to bulk up.
So you've been on Twitter for a while. Have you gotten a lot of people already shitting on you there too?
It really depends. I went after some Antifa lady because I saw her tweet something insane, and it was something about like milkshakes. Throwing milkshakes is an assault, and I was like, of course it is. And I got into an argument with her, and then she started virtue signaling. She goes, "What have you ever done for people that are hurt? I'm a combat medic. I go and help my fellow like brothers and sisters when they're injured by the Proud Boys." And I'm like, have you ever seen a video of an Antifa rally? It isn't exactly the Proud Boys doing the damage. And it's not
the Proud Boys are only doing the damage for optics. But yes, I hear what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying.
Yeah, the only thing they're damaging is sales of Fred Perry polos.
Dude, what'd you say? Sorry, my audio cut out.
Oh, no, it was nothing.
It was
just
a joke.
Stupid thing.
It's a dumb joke.
No, but anyway, yeah, so ever since that happened, I've had like 2 or 3 like Antifa trolls in my comments. And again, I don't really care. One of my policies is I'm never going to block people unless you like threaten me with physical harm, because I'm not Ben Shapiro. I'm not a pussy. I'm not going to block you if you say something that pisses me off. Let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion. I like to be able to reply to people. That whole thing about just being able to silence anyone that you don't like with one click, I think it's really bad, and I think it leads our culture in the wrong path.
Now, are you worried though? Because I mean, obviously, because of who your dad is and stuff like that. Are you worried that you're kind of be blacklisted to do anything but be in this kind of industry? You know what I mean?
Not really, man. I got good SAT scores. I assume I'll go to college. I'll be able to have a career. But man, I'm really interested in doing this. And again, I'm just going by the feedback. Apparently, people like what I'm doing. I was surprised. I don't like my own voice, but I'm going to keep doing this as long as people want to listen. And I really like doing it. So I don't know. We'll figure things out as we go along.
Well, that's
again. This is just me and my Microsoft Surface and my iPhone shooting video and putting stuff out. It's my opinion. Infowars, no connection to this. My dad, no connection.
Well, I think that's good. That's good for you too, though, because you don't want them to deplatform you for having any connection or for being around it.
I am not affiliated with Infowars in any way. I already had people trying to get me like kicked off because I was affiliated with Infowars. I've had to state repeatedly. It was in my first pinned tweet over and over and over again. I am not affiliated with Infowars at all. Period.
Well, I mean, no, that's good. So now, what is there anything? When's your show air? Is it a set time every day, or are you just gonna go live?
Right now, we're just doing Periscope lives, but eventually, I'm gonna branch out to YouTube soon, and eventually, we're gonna start recording a podcast where I have people on. I'm able to talk in like a longer, extended form. We've been doing it every day at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just been doing an hour-long Periscope live stream because I like being able to discuss things with people, and so I'll have like a list of topics that I want to talk about, and I'll go and get questions from the audience and take their opinions on it. Eventually, I want to branch out to YouTube. Right now, it's just on Periscope. So if you're on Twitter and it's 5:30 Central Standard Time, and you got nothing else to do, please tune into my live. I try my best to answer each and every question that y'all give me.
Well, and what? Let's plug your stuff. It's been great having you on. What's your Twitter again?
Rex Jones News.
Rex Jones News.
The same name.
Mm-hmm. And the YouTube's the same thing. All right, man. Anything else you want to plug? You were great. I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me on.
No, absolutely.
Again, absolutely. Thanks y'all for having me on. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome anytime.
I'll be sure to check out your channel more too. Again, the YouTube algorithm is hitting it for me, but now that I know, I'll be able to check y'all out. I really like what y'all have to say on here.
All right, man. Thank you so much for being on, dude. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, man.
Take it easy, buddy. Later.
Thanks, man. Bye.
All right, that was Rex Jones.
That's pretty awesome.
It's cool. You know, it does kind of. I do kind of feel bad. I mean, if you're 16,
yeah, he's fucked. Like he's just fucked. Like it's just like, hey, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel. No, you're not.
No,
like,
you're not. You're not gonna do anything. It's
good
really
luck getting monetized.
Suck,
you know what I mean? He would only have a chance if he had dreadlocks, and he was like, "My dad is such a dick." Bro.
You're right. If he was
such a fucking dick, man.
Like one of the Reagan grandson that's a lefty. That guy.
Dude, my dad just would always punch holes in the walls and be like, "The San Diego kids were." Like he's a crazy dude.
Can you imagine?
I'd be throwing him grant money.